Give me a wine, so she said she got a man. I tell her I ain't mine, no. She asked me what's my plan. I just won't catch a wine, so she got the pineapple wine. She's the elucidating. Baby, just take your time, go ahead, do your thing. She got that gorgeous smile, don't let it get to your head. Cause she's an elusive gal, it ain't no type you can play with. She got pretty eyes and thunder thighs. They're gone, you wonder why. Bikini, summertime, got to do it double time. Oh my, receive this beach in summertime. Staring when she start to whine. Hold your head like, oh my God. You been to Lighthouse Point yet? Saudi Lutra is a vibe. You been to Preacher's Cave yet? Let me take you for a ride. It's a Friday night at Ronnie's. She on vodka and tonic with a little splash of lime. These guys just like the vibe. She got the pineapple wine. She's a Lutra thing. Baby, just take your time, go ahead, do your thing. She got that gorgeous smile, don't let it get to your head. Cause she's an elusive gal, it ain't no type you can play with. She got pretty eyes, thunder thighs. Hair gone, you wonder why. On bikini, summertime, got to do it double time. Oh my, receive this beach at summertime. Staring when she start to whine. Hold your head like, oh my God. You guys just different, but you gotta be from Pine City to understand. Real talk. These guys will lick your head up. Telling you beautiful, but they dangerous. Don't you watch them. She's a brownie. Take like stewfish gravy. I want you to be my baby. Could you be my lady? She's off like Johnny Cake that my Grammy used to make. I'll take you out on a date, babe. Sweet like rake and scrape. She got the pineapple wine. She's a lucha thing. Baby, just take your time. Go ahead, do your thing. She got that gorgeous smile. Don't let it get to your head. Cause she's a lucha gal. It ain't no type you can play with. She got pretty eyes, thunder thighs. Hair gone, you wonder why. On bikini, summertime. Got you do it double time. Oh my, receive this beach at summertime. Staring when she start to whine. Hold your head like, oh my God. Flip ya, then grip ya, then lick ya, then trip ya, then quicker, then thicker, then slicker. They love liquor. They love you when you're richer. Spend your money, leave your liquor. You go broke, they switch up. Calling for your bishop. She got the pineapple wine. She's a lucha thing. Baby, just take your time, go ahead, do your thing. She got that gorgeous smile, don't let it get to your head. Cause she's an elusive gal, and ain't no type you can play with. She got pretty eyes, thunder thighs. Hair gone, you wonder why. On bikini, summertime. Got you do it double time. Oh my, receive this beach at summertime. Staring when she start to whine. Hold your head like, oh my God. She say she got a man, I tell her I ain't mine, no. She asked me what's my plan. I said give me a wine, so she said she got a man. I tell her I ain't mine, no. She asked me what's my plan. I just won't catch a wine, so she got the pineapple wine. She's the lucha thing. Baby, just take your time, go ahead, do your thing. She got that gorgeous smile, don't let it get to your head. She's an elusive gal, it ain't no type you can play with. She got pretty eyes and thunder thighs. Hair gone, you wonder why. On bikini, summertime. Got to do it double time. Oh my, receive this beach at summertime. Staring when she start to whine. Hold your head like, oh my God. You been to Lighthouse Point yet? Saudi Lutra is a vibe. You been to Preacher's Cave yet? Let me take you for a ride. It's a Friday night at Ronnie's. She on vodka and tonic with a little splash of lime. These guys just like the vibe. She got the pineapple wine. She's a lucha thing. Baby, just take your time, go ahead, do your thing. She got that gorgeous smile, don't let it get to your head. Cause she's a elusive gal, it ain't no type you can play with. She got pretty eyes, thunder thighs. Hair gone, you wonder why. On bikini, summertime. Got to do it double time. Oh my, receive this beach at summertime. Staring when she start to whine. Hold your head like, oh my God. guys just different, but you gotta be from Pine City to understand. Real talk. These guys will lick your head up. Telling you the world, but they dangerous. Don't you watch them.
She's a brownie, take like snowfish gravy. I want you to be my baby. Could you be my lady? She's off like Johnny Cake that my Grammy used to make. I'll take you out on a date, cause we like rake and scrape. She got the pineapple wine, she's a lucha thing. Baby, just take your time, go ahead, do your thing. She got that gorgeous smile, don't let it get to your head. Cause she's a lucha gal, ain't no type you can play with. She got pretty eyes, under thighs. Heck on you, wonder why. On bikini, summertime. Got you do it double time. Oh my, receive the speech at summertime. Staring when she start to whine. Hold your head like, oh my God. Flip ya, grip ya, lick ya, trip ya, quicker, thicker. They slicker, they love liquor. They love you when you're richer. Spend your money, leave your liquor. You go broke, they switch up. Calling for your bishop. She got the pineapple wine, she's a lucha thing. Baby, just take your time, go ahead, do your thing. She got that gorgeous smile, don't let it get to your head. Cause she's a lucha gal, and ain't them type you can play with. She got pretty eyes, under thighs. Ain't on you, wonder why. On bikini, summertime. Got you doing double time. Oh my, receive the speech at summertime. Staring when she start to whine. Hold her head like, oh my God. She say she got a man, I tell her I ain't mine. She asked me what's my plan, I say give me a wine. She say she got a man, I tell her I ain't mine. She asked me what's my plan, I just won't catch a wine. She got the pineapple wine, she's a lucha thing. Baby, just take your time, go ahead, do your thing. She got that gorgeous smile, don't let it get to your head. She's a lucha gal, and ain't no type you can play with. She got pretty eyes, under thighs. They're on you, wonder why. On bikini, summertime. Got you doing double time. Oh my, receive the speech at summertime. Staring when she start to whine. Hold your head like, oh my God. You been to Lighthouse Point yet? Saudi Lucha is a vibe. You been to Preacher's Cave yet? Let me take you for a ride. It's a Friday night at Ronnie's. She on vodka and tonic with a little splash of lime. These guys just like the vibe. She got the pineapple wine. She's a lucha thing. Baby, just take your time, go ahead, do your thing. She got that gorgeous smile, don't let it get to your head. She's a lucha gal, and ain't them type you can play with. She got pretty eyes, under thighs. They're on you, wonder why. On bikini, summertime.
Welcome to Candid Culture Podcast, where...
Hello everyone, Jamie Isaacs here, aka Mr. Candid, and this evening it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to the very first episode of Candid Culture Podcast. Tonight I just want to thank you first for tuning in. While I have this chance, I want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, like, share, comment. If you have to call a friend, text a friend, let them know that Candid Culture Podcast is live for the very first episode. Tonight I have with me, of course, my co-host, Mr. Frankie Campbell, and our very special guest is Father John. Before we begin, I just want to give you a brief kind of introduction or the reason why I had the vision to create this platform called Candid Culture Podcast. So the idea was birthed from, I guess I would say about 2015 really, during a time that I was hiking to work, and I would often catch rides with individuals who we would strike the most interesting and intriguing conversations. And what I find is that Eleuthera are some of the most intriguing people, some of the most talented and humorous people. So in striking up conversation, they would begin to open up to me and tell me stuff, and they would say they just feel comfortable talking to me. And I would hear so much interesting stories, and I had the idea that these stories need a platform to be taken to the world. The world needs to know that these people have these stories. So it was then that I had the idea to find a platform that I could take it to the world. So at the time I came up with the idea of, I was calling it Candid Talk TV at the time. And I did a couple of interviews. My first interview was with Howard Johnson, Mr. Bamboozle. That would have been after his first attempt to run for Central and Southern Neutral. And he was considering doing it again, so we chopped it up a bit and talked a lot about his future plans. And from there I did Dexter Cambridge, Pastor Dave Burrows, and quite a few other people. And from that, it evolved into Candid Media, where I started streaming, offering streaming services, photos, photography, drone, red carpet, you name it, under the umbrella of Candid Media. But I always had the passion to still find a platform to take our stories, Eleuthera stories, to the world. And so with the era of podcast coming in, I saw it fitting to create a podcast. And of course, Candid is everything, so the name Candid Culture Podcast came about. So here we are for the first episode. Tune in, stay tuned. We're gonna talk about several topics: politics, pop culture, little religion. Just stay tuned, we got you. So at this time, I wanna turn it over to my co-host, of course, Mr. Frankie Campbell, who's going to share or let you know who our sponsors are for the night.
Well, thank you, Mr. Candid. Welcome to the world. Welcome to Candid. Welcome to the Candid Podcast. My story is simple. I was sitting under the tree in Hatchet Bay, having a beverage, when a vehicle stopped. A voice from inside the vehicle asked for an audience with me. Then the gentleman in the vehicle asked me if I could come and go with him. So I'm basically, I don't know, was I detained? I'm kind of detained, but I'm here. And after hearing the vision, Candid Culture, my name being Frankie, I figure Candid and Frank could fit right here. And so I'm glad to be here, and I welcome you all here. I also welcome Father John. This evening, our first episode is sponsored by Candid Media, your source for professional video production photography, commercials, promotion content, music videos, live streaming, drone photography, and videography, and elegant red carpet staging. Whether you're promoting your business, celebrating a special occasion, or bringing a creative vision to life, Candid Media is ready to capture it. Call or WhatsApp 242-470-5824 or email us at candidmedialimited@gmail.com. Candid Media, capturing moments, preserving memories. We're also sponsored by Oasis of Flavor, a place where all your taste bud dreams come true. Located on Queens Highway in Governor's Harbor, they serve delicious breakfast, lunch, and dinner, including chicken, ribs, lamb chops, crack conchs, burgers, tacos, and more. Open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can call them at 242-470-9702. Oasis of Flavor, bringing great flavor to you. We're also sponsored by Q&L Building and Shipping Services, providing convenient shipping from the United States right here to Eleuthera. Shop from your favorite stores including Amazon, Walmart, eBay, Sam's Club, and then ship your packages using your name and then adding ELU to your name, and then ship that to 8294 Northwest South River Drive, Medley, Florida, zip code 33166. Q&L is located on Queens Highway in Governor's Harbor. Deliveries are available to North Eleuthera on Mondays and Tuesdays and to South and Central Eleuthera on Tuesdays and Fridays. Their opening hours are Mondays through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. To register or learn more, just WhatsApp them at 823-3063 or call them at 699-6905. Q&L Building and Shipping Services, making shipping to Eleuthera simple and convenient. We're also sponsored by Romel's Carpentry, Cabinets and Odd Jobs. Whether you need quality carpentry and cabinetry, pressure washing, pool cleaning, general maintenance, or just reliable property management, Romel is ready to get your job done. For quality workmanship and dependable service, call Romel at 470-3214. Call him today. Romel's Carpentry, Cabinets and Odd Jobs, your trusted choice for maintaining and improving your property. We're also sponsored by Sushi Time. Looking for something fresh, flavorful, and uniquely Bahamian? Visit Sushi Time at Sandy Beach Bar in South Palmetto Point every Thursday and Friday from 6 p.m. until 1 a.m. Enjoy their delicious twist on urban Bahamian cooked sushi, where island flavors meet sushi creativity. For more information or to place an order, call or WhatsApp 242-816-0847. Anytime is a good time when it's sushi time. And there you have it, our sponsors for the first episode. And it's also my pleasure to introduce to you Father John, who is no stranger to Eleuthera and who is called by no other name. There's no formality. He is just Father John. Father John will give us a charge. He's a Roman Catholic priest, of course, but I believe he's going to let the Spirit move and he will do his thing. Father John, welcome to Candid Culture.
Thank you very much. I want to, first of all, pray, asking God's blessings upon this new podcast. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the many blessings you have given to us. We ask you now to bless this new podcast, Candid Culture, as we will continue to bring information to our Bahamas. Bless all those members who are team on this podcast. Continue to strengthen them to know your will. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Father John, as you would have heard, we intend to address a broad cross-section of topics. And so, having prayed, I wonder if you would want to give us a bit of advice on how to conduct ourselves and how to stay out of trouble as good Christians that you know that we are.
Yes. I know both of you on this podcast that you will do your best in bringing information to our community, Bahamas, and especially in Eleuthera, that as you do your will and do your work, you know that God is with you. And today He is strengthening you to continue your job. We appreciate, and I appreciate, all that you doing and plan to do, as this is your first podcast. God be with you, to guide you, to strengthen you. And I know you will do your best. And whatever happens, it should come out to be the best.
Father John, I appreciate on behalf of myself and Mr. Candid and the entire team, I appreciate your charge. I appreciate the confidence that you have in us. And I want you to know, stand by, stand fast, because it is our intent and our desire to have prayers at the beginning of every episode. And speaking of prayers, we're also mindful that while we are going about doing what we're doing without any ills or anything, there are those among us who might be suffering and might be in some distress. So we have a special segment at the beginning that is referred to as Candid Regards, where we look forward to acknowledging bereaved families. And since you're here, we will acknowledge the bereaved, and then we're going to ask you before you leave to please say a prayer for the bereaved. So at this time, this segment of Candid Regards is sponsored by Q&L. Q&L Building and Shipping Services, providing convenient shipping from the United States to Eleuthera. You can shop from your favorite stores like Amazon, Walmart, eBay, Sam's Club, and then ship your packages, adding your name and then the letters capital ELU to 8294 Northwest South River Drive, Medley, Florida, zip code 3316. Q&L is located on Queens Highway in Governor's Harbor. Deliveries are available to North Eleuthera on Mondays and Thursdays, and to South Eleuthera on Tuesdays and Fridays. Their opening hours are Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. To register or learn more about Q&L, just WhatsApp them at 823-3063 or call them. There's someone waiting to answer you at 699-6905. Q&L Building and Shipping Services, making shipping to Eleuthera simple and convenient. Candid Regards.
Culture Podcast extends sincere and heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families of Jewel Sita Stubbs and Roderick Tommy Pinder of Governor's Harbor, Eugene Pinder of James Cistern, Andre Dean, and Veronica McCarty of Hatchet Bay. During this difficult time, we pray that cherished memories bring you comfort, love gives you strength, and God grants you peace. May their souls rest in eternal peace, and may their legacies live on in the hearts of all who knew and loved them. From our Candid Culture family to yours. Though their voices may be silent, their memories will forever speak.
You would have seen during that break persons who would have passed and families that are in bereavement. I want to add the family of Bucket Fernando. I want to add the family of Mabel Richardson out of New Providence. And I want to add the family of Lysandria Taylor. Lysandria is the daughter of Andy Taylor out of Roxanne and Elizabeth Wong Taylor from New Providence. So Father, before we go any further, I wish that you would pray for consolation for the bereaved family.
Let us bow our heads in prayer again. Father, we put ourselves into your hands, and we thank you for the many blessings you have given to us. We now ask you to bless the bereaved family, for those that are going through this trauma. Continue to be with them, Lord, as they put their trust in you. Heavenly Father, we thank you for many blessings. Eternal rest grant to them, O Lord. Let perpetual light shine upon them, and may they rest in peace. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Father. Thank you. Thank you. So, before we go to commercial break, Father, I want to share something with you about my view on ministry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was in ministry for about 16 years.
I know.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I have an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's an opinion. So I'm going to share a story with you and tell you why, to explain why I have an opinion. I want to hear your take on it. All right, you ready?
Ready?
All right. So back when I was in ministry, you know, I was really into ministry. Like I was serious about it. You know what I mean? I wasn't playing no hanky panky, playing no games. You know what I mean? So I had a young lady who frequently visited my church, and you know, she was Holy Ghost filled, water baptized, all of that, speaking in tongues, shouting, all of that good stuff, right? So she volunteered herself to do the church bulletins and a little bit of secretary work. So I would communicate with her online through, at the time it was called Messenger, I can't remember, not Facebook Messenger, but I can't remember the name of it back then, right? So I would communicate with her online to tell her, you know, what needs to be in the bulletin and stuff like that. So one day at work, I was communicating with her, giving her some information. And she said to me, she said, Pastor, I have something to tell you, but I don't know if you can handle it, right? So me being so naive and being focused on what I was focused on, I said, sure, I can handle it, whatever you have to say, I can handle it. So the next words, 4 words showed up on the screen that I really couldn't handle at the time. And those 4 words was, I want to, because 5, I want to screw you.
Yeah. The salmon voice.
And we haven't even touched them yet. Now they gotta be fired up.
I think he's alive.
Check on your phone.
Sorry, but if y'all can hear me, we have just had a slight power interruption. Let me just make sure that we're still live. Okay, yeah, we back. So, like I was saying, Father John, so young lady messaged and said, I want to screw you. So, like I said, I wasn't ready for that. So, you know, I politely, like I said, I was serious about my walk, my faith. So I told her, you know, that can't happen, right? So I was polite about it. I wasn't rude or anything, and you know, so she shared something else with me after. She said, you know what? I respect you. She said, because I visited several other churches on the island and did the same thing. And you was the only one who rejected. Right? And not only that, she went on to say that she practiced dark arts. She went on to confess that. Mind you, this young lady would come to church, speaking in tongues, doing the whole thing. But this is what she was into. So this was a thing that she had going on, right? And she said she even said that she tried some stuff on me, but she said she couldn't understand why it didn't work, right? So that's one story. The other one is I get to something. So another young lady was a member of our church. So some of the members and some of the people would often tell me that they feel like the young lady is flirting with me or trying to get my attention in that way, but I never noticed it. So they would say things like, you don't see she come to church in a tight dress and G-strings and how sometimes she bend down and stuff like that. And I noticed nothing, right? So eventually she ended up leaving the church, right? And whenever they would leave, they would say the assignment is finished, right? So she left the church and joined another church. Probably about a week into joining the other church, there was a big scandal with her and the pastor, right? So I realized that the assignment, when they say that the assignment finished, the assignment was me. But I didn't, what the saying is now, I didn't understand the assignment, so I failed the assignment, right? So after coming out of ministry, like a lot of people, like, you know, churches mainly females. Yeah. So females left. So eventually, I was left with nobody. So after that's how I ended up coming out of ministry, basically. Okay. So my opinion is that, and this this might be a little off, but my opinion is that if you want a successful ministry, it seems like you have to engage in some activities with females. I mean, that's what would you say to that? Have you had any experience in that regard?
No. This year, or the 8th of August this year, I'm 46 years.
Right, in ministry.
In ministry.
Right.
Well, I was ordained the 8th of August 1980.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came, I'm from Luther.
Right.
Luther is home for me.
Yeah.
And like I know your mom and dad. You know, when I remember your church on the highway in Jamestown.
Right.
And but no, I've never had that
Uh-huh.
experience. Yeah, it's not that I'm bragging, but I guess God protect me.
Protect you.
Honestly,
Yeah.
from it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never had that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Mhm.
What advice would you give to another young preacher or pastor who may be faced with something like that?
Okay, you have to pray. You know, put your whole being, yourself in God's hands, you know. And I can say that it sounds like fishy, but God is always with you.
Yeah.
And He can strengthen you to do your will. And it is will, you know.
Yeah.
So I would tell young men to continue to do their best in ministry. You know, I used to be, when I was in Nassau, before coming home to Luther, in charge of vocations of the priesthood for young men, you know, and some, you know, stayed in and some never finished or never, you know. So if God is for you, it can happen.
Right.
Yeah, it can happen.
All right. Thank you. Anything else for Father before?
Well, Father, I'm just finding this out, so that's something else to talk about. That's something else to talk about. Maybe at another time.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied that you had a full day, and I appreciate that I came to you at the last minute, and you came and you made yourself available. As I indicated earlier, we will call on you again.
Definitely.
But for now,
Yes.
I want to extend my sincere gratitude to you for coming, and I pray that as you blessed us, God will bless you.
Yes, sir.
So you can continue to be a blessing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
God bless. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now we go to a commercial break just before our next segment.
Before we go any further, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Candid Culture.
The following advertisements are banner ads, promotional images displayed during the Candid Culture Podcast livestream. Showcase your business twice per episode for just $25, or choose our 8-episode bundle for $150.
The following are 30 or 60-second commercials featured on the Candid Culture Podcast. Would you like to promote your business during our YouTube live streams? Contact Candid Media today and put your brand in front of an engaged audience.
Traveling to Eleuthera or simply looking for a relaxing weekend getaway? Executive Stay Rentals in North Palmetto Point offers the perfect stay in paradise. Enjoy a spacious king-size suite featuring hardwood floors, granite countertops, modern appliances, air conditioning, smart TVs, Starlink internet, on-site parking, and an in-unit washer and dryer. Short-term rentals are available with the option to include a rental car. Call 1-242-4703-214 today to reserve your executive stay in beautiful Eleuthera.
Eleuthera, are you ready for hassle-free, reliable, and fast shipping? Then sign up with Q and L Building and Shipping Services today and experience seamless shipping and delivery services. By registering with us, you'll enjoy quick and easy shipping from the US to Eleuthera. Simply send us a WhatsApp message with your full name and email address to get started. Have your orders shipped to our convenient US shipping address, then simply email all invoices, including shipping information, item description, and item cost to our email address, el.invoices@qlbuildship.com. Once your order has arrived in Eleuthera and has been priced, one of our representatives will contact you and arrange for easy pickup. Q and L Building and Shipping Services, your one-stop shop for freight, home goods, and more.
Welcome back to Candid Culture Podcast, where the conversations are real, the opinions are honest, and being candid is our culture.
Ladies and gentlemen, viewers from around the world, welcome back to Candid Culture Podcast. I want to say a special hello to Mr. Bamboozle. Thank you for watching. We're glad to have you, and we want you to stand by and stand fast, Mr. Bamboozle. You are on our guest list. We'll be in touch to determine your availability. We move right into the next segment of our podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not wasting any time. We're getting right to the meat of the matter. Our next segment is the political landscape. And this segment, the political landscape, is sponsored by Q&L. Q&L, let me just make sure. The political landscape, condolences, the political landscape, yes. Our political landscape is sponsored by Romel's. Romel's. Q&L, you're there. We're glad to have you, but we got to give Romel what's due to him. What you say?
Oh yeah.
And so, our next segment, the political landscape, is sponsored by Romel's Carpentry, Cabinets, and Odd Jobs. Whether you need quality carpentry and cabinetry, pressure cleaning, pool cleaning, general maintenance, or just reliable property management, Romel is ready to get this job done for you. For quality workmanship and dependable services, call Romel. Call him today at 470-3214. Romel's Carpentry, Cabinet, and Odd Jobs, your trusted choice for maintaining and improving your property. Thank you, Romel, for sponsoring this segment. Brother Candid.
Yes, sir.
The political landscape.
Political landscape.
What say ye?
I ain't trying to figure out now. You let me see that cup. Let the audience see that cup.
My cup.
Let the audience see that cup.
My cup.
How you come here with this big time after that cup?
Well, Brother Candid, when you invited me, when you spoke, you told me to make myself comfortable.
Oh yeah.
There are a number of things that are just part of me.
Right.
For example, I could assure you, like I've told everyone else, if you find me dead, and you don't find something red on me, the person who stole me, the person who killed me, stole it. So it's more than just a homicide.
I only answer this call because there may be someone calling in.
Go ahead.
Candid Culture Podcast. Hello? Hello? Hi. Are you calling in for the podcast? Okay, I'll have to call you back. I'm live on the podcast. I thought you was calling about the podcast. Alright, no problem. Alright.
we got to get that fixed so the calls come through
Right.
through the system.
Yeah.
Bear with us, listening audience. We got all of that planned.
Right.
Go ahead.
So for the audience, just so you know, I'm being rude. It's also a call-in line, so I have my number available for people to call in to give their comments and questions too. So the number showed up, no names, so I just figured somebody probably called in about the podcast. So now, we're talking about the political landscape.
Yes.
And I'm happy that you are sitting across from me for this topic, because I have so many questions and so many opinions in regards to Bahamian politics and Bahamian politicians.
Yes.
Right? And I always look forward to having the opportunity one day to sit down with a Bahamian politician who would have served, especially in cabinet, which you have. So I think you are the perfect person to share some of my views with and ask you some questions. Now, one of the views that I have is that, Mr. Producer, you have me on. Okay. One of the opinions that I've formed over the years is that politicians, Bahamian politicians, when they're running for office, they are the most humble, nice, kind people you can find. But when they get in, oh boy, you just get arrogant. And I had the same opinion about you.
Go ahead.
When I call it, when you part the Red Sea. When you say 6 months,
Yes.
I mind my business.
Yes.
The other 6 months, I still other people's business.
Yes.
So I thought that was very arrogant of you. I thought you was basically telling the reporters, because of just the opinion I formed, to mind their own business. And I was like, but your business is literally their business.
Yes.
So, and I think that was one of the most viral moments in Bahamian political history. That's up there with the throwing out of the mace. Not this new one you all try to do. You're trying to recreate an iconic historical thing. And I ain't like that. I can get on you about that in a bit. But your moment was up there.
Okay.
So was I right in forming my opinion that you was being arrogant at that time?
I won't be the judge of whether or not I was ordinarily arrogant.
Right.
But I will say to you that on that particular occasion, I wasn't being arrogant.
Right.
It's unfortunate, you may be a sportsman, you watch a basketball game, for example, and you see where one athlete hits another athlete and a foul is called, but you didn't see what provoked it. And had you seen what provoked it, you may have been a bit more sympathetic to the athlete that committed the infraction. So on that day, I was on my way to cabinet, and I was approached by the various media representatives, the various journalists, who said to me, or who asked me, Mr. Campbell, do you think that enough is being done to prevent rapes in the Bahamas? Now, a week prior to that, one cabinet minister was asked a question about marital rape. And then a second cabinet minister was asked the same question about marital rape. They both gave answers that were somewhat opposite to each other. And so for that entire week, they played those two cabinet ministers against each other. Prior to my being asked about the question of rape, the Minister for National Security, Marvin Dames, had been presented with the same question. And instantly, when I heard the question, I felt like the same thing was about to happen. I was about to be played against Marvin Dames, the Minister of National Security. I immediately said to the reporters, I'm the Minister of Social Services. I'm feeding people, I'm housing people. Let's talk about some of the things that I'm doing. They persisted, they insisted. I again asked, let's talk about some of the things that I was doing. And upon their refusal and insistence, because I felt at that time that while they have the right to ask what they want to ask, I also had the right to talk about what I want to talk about. And so I went on that tirade as you described it. But I immediately realized that my remarks might offend some of my stakeholders, because at the time I was very big on violence against women, etc., the rights, equity, and equality for women, anti-discrimination. And so I didn't tarry. I reached out to my stakeholders. I remember immediately reaching out to Dr. Patterson, and various other persons, making them aware that I was not being insensitive.
Right.
I was not disregarding the feeling of women or rape victims or minimizing the whole act. It is just that I wished to talk about my portfolio as opposed to the portfolio of another minister. And so that was it. But the funny thing is, now, at that time, it was taken in a negative posture, a negative connotation. I now meet persons who are happy to be advised to spend the first 6 months minding their business, and the next 6 months staying out of other people's business.
Yeah, like I said, that's like an viral moment, and that's what you're known by. That's one of the things I use to advertise. So now back to this cup now.
Are you objecting? Because
No, I'm objecting.
You're ahead to get charged.
I object, but I think we have to charge the F&M for free advertisement. How about that?
Actually, while it says F&M,
Right.
I didn't bring it here on behalf of the F&M. I brought it on my own behalf.
Yeah.
This is my everyday cup.
But you still can put in the plug to tell them,
Well,
put a sponsor.
F&Ms know that wherever I go,
Right.
I represent them. I am F&M. My mere presence, with or without the cup, represents the F&M. So my mere presence would necessitate a plug for the F&M.
I'm glad you said. So now that brings me to my next question. The future of the F&M, or does the F&M even have a future? What's the future of the F&M right now?
Let me help you. The future of the F&M is so bright. I need shades to look at it. You know,
which way you live in it?
The F&M has been in a worse place than they are.
No.
You may just be getting to know the F&M, but I knew the F&M prior to 1992. I knew the F&M when the F&M didn't have any seat, when the F&M didn't have any voice, when it was a downright shame and a scary thing to even associate with the F&M.
I know about that.
But here it is.
I
could bring an F&M cup on a podcast. I could carry this around to any watering hole that I go to or any restaurant that I go to without fear of reprisal.
Right.
So the F&M is in a good place compared to where it used to be.
Now keep in mind, at that time, there still was a lot of, the time you're talking about, there still was a lot of prominent, charismatic, but now, who do you have now? If Pinta couldn't be brave.
Mr. Michael Pinta?
Yes. If he couldn't be brave, right? And from my understanding, the person who was influential in winning this election for the PLP may become its next leader, and he definitely ain't gonna beat him.
Well, let me say this to you.
Now you know I hinted at.
Well, I hear the rumors on the ground, but until I'm able to substantiate, unless there's a little something you want to tell me.
Well, I don't know. I hear this.
You may be more closely affiliated.
I go off of what I hear.
I listen to your tone and tenor.
Right.
And when you speak of the F&M, you say y'all. So it automatically tells me that you're either with the gold rush or the black dress code.
I want my underground. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so you may be closer to the source and might be able to tell me some things. The F&M is a brand.
Right.
The F&M is like Coca-Cola. A brand. The F&M is a prominent brand in the Bahamas. Okay. You won't go anywhere where someone hasn't heard about the F&M. Okay. And that is the Coca-Cola brand. Coca-Cola continue to advertise to ensure that the baby to the breast, from the newly born to the freshly dead, can say they know of the FNM. It's a brand that has a rich heritage, a brand that has achievements and accomplishments over the years that they can speak to and be proud of. Is it a perfect brand? Is it a perfect organization? No. But are there any perfect organizations? Are there any perfect brands when you're talking about politics? No. So we're right up there with the rest of them. We've won, we've lost, and we know the cost. And we ain't going nowhere but up.
So, okay, you said you don't go nowhere but up. So who's the future? Like, Pintard failed. Listen, so who's up next? Listen to me.
Maintain the brand and the leader.
The brand
leaders emerge.
The brand.
Leaders emerge. Okay, who foresaw Hubert Minnis prior to his ascension? Who foresaw him?
Only y'all.
Exactly. A leader. Listen.
And y'all made the wrong choice there.
Maintain the brand. And the leader will emerge. It's like people like to talk about. I don't have a horse in the race yet. If you're preparing for a horse in the race, in the meantime, get your stable together. So right now we're getting the stable together, and the horse will come. We will have a horse. We will have a horse. I assure you of that.
Well, you can need but a whole stable of horses to beat what they get coming next.
You know, the good Reverend was here, and you speak of your time in the pulpit, and I'm sure you would not have passed that portion of scripture that speaks about who puts in place governments and who takes them down. So I don't think that you will allow, you would forget that and allow the thought or the rumors on the ground to believe that one man could actually circumvent God's plans.
You get me here, but don't put God in this.
How can we have God out of it?
Don't put God.
Are you suggesting that God is not in the midst of what's happening in the politics?
I suggested that.
So how can you suggest that I'm putting God in it? He's already there. I met him in it.
God ain't help you all with this cutter just now. It ain't help us with the one we're coming again.
This is the same God that had the Israelites in the wilderness for 40 years. It's the same God. And then who took them where he had initially planned for them to be in the first place. The same God that took them from Egypt and parted the Red Sea. We've had our Red Sea experience. Actually, in a couple of days, we'll be celebrating our initial victory in 1992. So we've had our Red Sea experience. We've had our out of Egypt experience. We've had our wilderness experience.
You're still having that?
We're having a minor setback. Okay. A minor setback.
Oh yeah. So you mentioned the good doctor, your boy, Minnis.
Our boy, our former Prime Minister. Former Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. He was there for all of us.
The worst Prime Minister in the Bahamas.
That's a matter of opinion, and an opinion that I will not seek to argue against, because I realize that everyone is entitled to an opinion. You know what they say about opinions, and everyone got them. And so I'm not going to argue against that.
Right.
As quick as you're able to say he's the worst, someone will come walking down the street who've had a different experience, will share a different opinion.
Okay, but tell me, you name one worst.
All the PLPs.
All the PLPs. Okay.
So you see what I say about opinions? All right then.
Okay. So, and I know you was a part of his cabinet. So yes. I don't expect you to say anything ill towards him, but
I won't speak ill towards Hubert Minnis. I won't speak ill towards Hubert Ingram. I won't speak ill towards Perry Christie. I won't speak ill towards Celinda Pinlan. I won't speak ill towards the present Prime Minister, Brave Davis. I will acknowledge those things that I don't agree with. I will point out where I think things could have been done differently or should be done differently. But having gone there and offered myself for public service, first as a policeman, then as a diplomat outside the country, and then as a politician, I know the cost. I know the personal sacrifice. I know the sacrifice to one's family. I know the sacrifice to one's financial resources. And so I have a great deal of respect for anyone who takes that step and makes that sacrifice. So anything I say is not against the individual. It's not about personality. I'm about policies, protocols, and procedures. Because I believe negative again. For example, you show me with the lockdowns, because that's the biggest attack against Menace. That's the biggest attack against Menace. The lockdowns with no revenue for about 2 years. And you show me one government employee for which Menace was directly responsible, who lost 1 penny from their salary, or who lost their job. Bahamas Air remained grounded for the entire period. You show me one Bahamas Air employee who was not properly remunerated in time. And so if the great Dr. Fauci, who was the world mastermind, if he was able to convince the larger, more developed nations with all their resources and all their scientific technology that this is the direction a nation should take to preserve life, how then are we surprised that a smaller nation like ours followed the directives coming from Dr. Fauci?
But our nation is set up.
You say but, just making sure. When you say the but, does that mean you acknowledge the point I made and then the but?
Yeah, I acknowledge the point you made.
Okay, I need to hear that. That's important.
But because of how we set up as an archipelago, right?
Yes.
I feel that not every island had to be shut down.
Listen to me.
There could have been, there were other options, I feel.
Yes.
And if Dr. Menace, as he famously said in that speech with you, right, Phil, have a heart.
I won't be flat.
You have a heart.
Where's your heart?
Where's
your soul? Where's your compassion?
If he had a heart and compassion, he wouldn't have locked. What are you now going to do with lockdown?
Listen to me.
What? Come on.
Listen to me.
Even neutral.
The lockdowns, and I'm not suggesting that I agreed with each and every one of them, but in general terms, lockdowns were not only meant to lock persons in. Lockdowns were meant to prevent persons from coming in to contaminate, which is considered pure and unaffected by COVID. And so, listen, let's keep them from being
even that could have been managed.
Yeah.
In terms of the borders, or if people come in, when they come in, they test and they quarantine for.
You see how.
Or just lock the borders down.
You see how most of the major sports now have instant replay. Menace didn't have the benefit of instant replay. Menace didn't have the benefit of a roadmap. Menace didn't have the benefit of a recent experience by another country. Menace, like everybody else, was relying on what the science was telling us. Menace was being directed by a renowned group of Bahamian scientists who were following international science from the CDC.
But if he had a heart and if he had compassion, like the person who you all mess up.
Menace's mistake with that whole COVID ordeal and that whole lockdown ordeal was that he ought to have allowed the medical personnel who was advising him to lock down, he should have allowed them to lead the lockdowns. And I assure you, without disclosing any cabinet conversation, that they would have been a whole lot worse, because the recommendations coming to cabinet were, whenever we did 1 week, the recommendations would have been 3 or 4 weeks. And so if they were leading these lockdowns, the lockdowns would have been worse, but Mr. Menace would have been in the clear because it would not have been coming from him.
When it
But it came from him. And he accept. He accept, and he has received his fate. The Bahamas showed how they felt about that, and we move on.
Right. But like I was saying, if the FNL party had made the right choice in choosing the leader in the person of Loretta Butler Turner, we would have had at the time our first female prime minister, and someone with a heart and someone with compassion who understands people and who understands how to deal with people. And I think she would have done a much better job under those circumstances. The evidence of that is during Hurricane, I think it was Joaquin, I think that's the name of it, that hit Long Island and not, Nagua, when this is how I call it. Let me see how I maybe call it. The Bamboozle.
Hey.
You on speakerphone? You live?
Yeah, Mr. Candid.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to call in and say congratulations to you on the Candid Culture Podcast.
Okay.
And I wish you all the best. And I also wanted to say hi to my good brother and friend, Frankie Campbell. We haven't seen or spoken to each other in a long time, but we ran the same roads in the FNL back in the day, and I consider him one of my close friends and mentors as I navigated through that politics line. But I'm so proud of you. I think the synergy between the both of you from this first podcast is excellent. It's exciting, and I know you guys are gonna continue on to do some great things. So I'll be tuned in every week. I'm excited for the next episode, and I just want to wish you both all the very best.
Before you hang up, as I indicated, we do look forward to one day you sitting in one of these seats. So please share with us your itinerary whenever you think you're going to be in these parts, so that we can make that happen.
Absolutely. I'll be more than happy. It'll be my pleasure, brothers. And continue to do your best, and great things continuing to be on the horizon for Candid Culture Podcast.
I thank you for your support, man.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Bamboozle. Thanks.
All right.
All right, yeah, bro. Yeah, so
You were saying.
like I was saying,
You were saying woulda, coulda, shoulda.
right.
Go ahead. Let me hear you.
Walk in. When Minister showed up in Long Island, must be a week later,
Right.
Loretta Butler Turner flew them a chopper
Right.
the next day.
Okay.
When nobody else could get it,
Okay.
she flew in and brought aid to those people.
Right.
Right? So it's that drive, it's that passion, it's that heart and compassion for people that we would have needed in those times. And so I feel like you guys don't drop the ball on that one and choosing Minutes over Loretta Butler. And that's one of the reasons now why y'all don't even have a future.
You say what could have happened with Loretta Butler, what might have happened with Loretta Butler.
Right.
But you caused me to think back in that part of the Bible where it says, better is the day of a man's death than the day of his birth, because at the point of his birth there is so much uncertainty. You can't speak with any real confidence as to what he will become. But at his death, you're able to say what he actually was. I want to preface the rest of my remarks with the fact that Loretta Butler and I are fellow parishioners at St. Matthew's Church. I've known her from I was about 10 years old. Her family, I hold them in the highest regards. During that time, the Free National Movement was presented with two of its best. Not saying that those were the only two best, because we always have a deep bench. They were presented with two of its best. And a choice was made. Different persons made different choices for different reasons. I could tell you that I personally chose Dr. Minnis because
he promised you a cabinet seat.
Because I thought for the first time in Dr. Minnis, the Free National Movement had an opportunity to have a leader that had no previous association or affiliation with another party. That was my reason for choosing him. I was already satisfied that he met the other requirements and the eligibility, not suggesting that Loretta Butler did not meet those requirements or eligibility. In life, timing is key. I just don't believe that it was her time. I also believe, just like you believe, that she would have made a good prime minister, etc., etc. I also believe that had she gone for deputy, it's not likely that Peter Turnquest would have beat her. So she would have become deputy prime minister, poised as the younger of the two, poised to succeed Dr. Minnis to become prime minister. She chose a different path, and those were the consequences, because according to that which was ordained, it was Minnis's time at that time. And the good thing about it is, even after all of that, my recollection is a place was still left secured for her in the Free National Movement. She was never chased out.
But look at that, you said, if she had become deputy, she would have been poised. Minnis didn't want to give that up, even after he lose. Look what he did. Leave the party. Go on and run independent. Hey, what did he get? So even if she was deputy, he still was going to try to hold on to that seat.
We can argue as to whether or not the same process he left the party.
The same process.
Or we can argue as to whether or not he was pushed out of the party.
The same process.
Either way, all of that is one under the bridge.
If you lose, you gotta go. What you want to hang up for?
We weren't talking about leadership anymore. I think you're talking about the candidacy that forced him to run as an independent.
No. The same process that chose him as a candidate was the same process that chose the person who ran in the last round.
Oh, so, you were that secret person in those council meetings. You were the one in those. We were wondering who that same process.
So how come the process was good when it chose him, but it wasn't good when it chose somebody else?
You weren't able to say what happened behind closed doors. I'm sure that there were closed doors.
Right?
I'm sure that there were closed door meetings that even I would not have been a part of.
So are you saying that there's not a process in the FNM?
Yes.
In choosing candidates?
Yes, there is a process.
Okay.
There is a process,
right.
And there is a process,
right.
And there is a process.
Didn't that process?
With everything else.
Didn't that process choose him? So it was. If the process was big enough to choose him as a candidate, as leader, why did he rebel against the process when it chose somebody else?
You remember how he became leader of the party?
But I never wanted to become leader of the party.
No. I asked you if you remember.
I remember.
Okay, so if you remember, you may want to double check. You're saying the same process that chose him is the same process that excludes him.
Okay, but let remind me, enlighten me.
The former leader,
Right.
Mr. Ingram, lost the election,
Right.
and in very short order, he determined that he was going to resign, not just as leader of the party, but as the member for
Parliament, right.
And so there was no convention and all of that.
Right.
Minnis became a leader, and all of those things followed.
Okay, so there was no process for him.
There was a process. There was a process. See, and that is why I said to you, there's process and there's process. That is why I said that to you. There's process and there's process.
Okay. In other words, there was no process.
No.
So that's why he felt entitled. That's why he felt entitled to hold on to his power, to hold on to his position.
I don't know that he
feel like someone.
I don't know that he felt entitled.
Vulnerability.
I don't know that he felt entitled. But it is what it is. Minnis is no longer a member of the Free National Movement.
You all should be happy.
And so
Y'all are happy?
no, I'm neither happy or unhappy. What I want to say is the Free National Movement ought not forget ministers or any other previous leaders' contribution or any other previous members' contribution, any other previous council member, any other previous ground worker, street general. As an organization, there should always be a recognition for those who contributed to us being where we are. We ought not attempt to rewrite history because we had a bad moment. We ought not rewrite history because we had a misunderstanding.
Right.
We ought not suggest that we have an open tent that is open to those who would have bashed us for several previous election cycles.
Right.
Welcome on a red carpet. But those who've been working and laboring with us all of those previous election cycles, because we have a misunderstanding, they no longer welcome under the tent, or the difference is such that it's now irreconcilable.
Right.
There has to be a level of maturity where adults can sit down and discuss our differences and amicably agree on how to resolve them. As leaders, we're saying to the nation, there should be less violence, there should be more conflict resolution, etc., etc. So we should be displaying that in our everyday affairs to show that this is something that we're prepared to live by and practice and not just speak.
This will be my last thing on this. I noticed when you talked about your reason for supporting him as leader, him being the only,
Not him being,
the only,
him providing the opportunity for us to elect.
No. You said him being the only person who wasn't a part of another party before. That's what you said. Yes.
He provided us with the opportunity to elect someone who was never a part of the party.
Right. Yeah. And I noticed what you omitted from that is you didn't say him being a good leader, and that's powerful.
You weren't paying attention because I said right after that I was already satisfied that he met the criteria, like Loretta did, that they both met the criteria, and so that was the deciding factor for me. Not suggesting that Loretta was any less qualified as a potential prime minister.
Right.
I made that point. You made it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You may have.
Yeah.
So let's switch up off of y'all a bit.
Yeah, let's go to y'all. What's happening with y'all?
Let's go to them.
Let's talk.
Let's go to them.
No. You see, I wasn't afraid to identify with. We're on Candid Culture here now.
Oh yeah.
So we got to be candid. So there's only two left. You either with one or you with the other. You want your 100 grand. And so that makes you a supporter of the vision of Lincoln.
Not necessarily.
The vision. Well, his vision is what promises you the 100 grand.
And there'll soon be the second party. By next election, there'll be the second party. Y'all will be the third party.
No, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening.
Y'all will be the third party.
How are we doing for time?
We get questions or any comments that catch your eye, Mr. Producer? Any comments or questions that catch your eye now?
Yes, we have a number of congratulations. No other comments other than that.
All right.
But I can say that Howard Johnson, he said that he's happy to be here.
He just called it.
He called it already.
Okay. And yes, he'd like for this program to succeed, and he's part of the beginning.
All right.
He's looking forward to the future.
Good stuff.
Now, so let's get back to you.
I finished with that.
No. We on your people now.
I finished that for them.
You speak of your 100 grand, and you want your 100 grand. Why are you so? What is it that satisfied you or made you so confident that this 100 grand is actually coming to you?
Here's my answer, right? I've never heard, I'm of the opinion that our governments don't really care about empowering us as citizens, right? All, especially when it comes to, it's like what we're doing with burning the taxes but Lincoln is the first person I heard bring an idea where we could actually benefit from it, benefit from our natural resources and things of that sort, right? So naturally, I'm going to gravitate to that.
Okay.
You know, because all other governments, all they do is take it. Like it's from one tax, one VAT, this, that. Nobody ever said, okay, y'all can get something too.
Okay, so let's take
not even a piece of land. You can't even get crown land.
Okay, so let's take a little historical walk.
Go ahead.
Would you agree that the Sunshine Boys are some of the richest Bahamians that we have here present in our country?
Would I agree to that?
Yeah. Let's take the numbers boys aside for a minute. Let's take the numbers boys, and I say boys respectfully because that's the common adage. Sunshine Boys, Frankie Wilson, and those, and whoever else is associated with them.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay, they would have become rich while the government provided opportunities, while the government provided an environment that was conducive for their growth. Allow me, because I like to allow you.
Okay.
But let's come forward more recently. We just signed a $160 million contract for road pavement here in Eleuthera by Bahamas Striping.
Right.
A small company that was sponsored with $5,000 from the Free National Movement. The Free National Movement got them started with $5,000, and they are now a multi-million-dollar company. We have another company.
You know better than
I know better than what? You said to me, governments over the years have not empowered anybody. I'm now showing you someone who the government empowered. Now,
how many people in the Bahamas? What's our population?
Are you disagreeing?
What's our population?
Listen,
what percentage? That company would
Mr. Campbell,
Go ahead.
you are absolute. Governments have not empowered anyone. Right. You are absolute.
Right.
I'm now absolutely pointing out one person. After setting aside the Sunshine Boys. So I pointed out one person. You accept that that's one person.
Right.
The young man, Mr. Sweeting, who owns Switcher. He got a Fresh Start grant from the Free National Movement. His company is now a multi-million-dollar company. And I'm sure there are others. I don't have a list before me, but I think that is enough to refute your absolute that successive governments have not empowered anyone. And so the minute you hear the promise of $100,000, you run to that. But the challenge I have, I want my $100,000 too.
Right.
But what I want before that is the calculator that they used to calculate, to tabulate, to show how they're going to come up with this $100,000. Because having had the both privilege and headache to sit around a budget table and try to juggle figures, to juggle revenue against expenses, etc., I would have wanted to have that kind of magic, that kind of calculator, to punch those buttons and find $100,000 for 450,000 Bahamians without the taxes that
take it from the travel, but they be traveling all over the place. Take some from that.
Okay, so what do you recall as the figure of that travel? Because we can do a little bit of arithmetic right now. What do you call it? You ain't good at maths.
No.
But you know you want your $100,000. And so could that be the problem with many of our persons who believe in this 100,000 without being willing to do the math? Okay. All I'm saying is,
let me ask you.
Let's do the math.
Let me ask you.
Let's do the math.
Do we have valuable natural resources? Yes or no?
We have.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We have natural. We have. Okay. What that thing is? Carbon
credits, which is a relatively new thing. I'll confess that I don't know all the intricate details, but I hear that it has potential.
So it seems like you may doubt that it's $100 grand, But even if it's not 100 grand, if it's 1,000, I want that. So something you say it's calculated might be a little off.
Yeah, not little off. Not little off.
Okay.
Not little off. That's it. Ordinarily I would say that's a foreign language calculator with letters and numbers mixed together, and they all that far off. Okay, you saying even if it's 1,000, you see how far off 1,000 is from 100,000?
Yeah.
So it's far off. What I'm saying is,
but we never heard from any government that we could get anything.
well, you just heard from your people before you went black,
Right.
that there was something in the National Investment Fund, about 265,000 gone, and nobody know where it is. So you are aware that there's a National Investment Fund that used to be the Sovereign Wealth Fund, but it's now a National Investment Fund.
Let me ask you this.
And headlines are saying that there are questions about 265 billion. It's always when certain people in office where the money gone. But yeah.
Let me ask you. You mentioned Bahamas Striker.
Yes.
Now being $1 billion company.
Multi.
Right.
160. They just 160 billion.
Starting from $5,000.
Right. Yes.
I never got a grant, but you look around, there's more than $5,000
To God be the glory. God has blessed you.
Never got a grant.
God has blessed you.
So what I need to do to turn my little couple grand what I invest into $1 million company?
There is
that was pretty quick for him. For who? The $5 grand guy.
Farmer Striker? No. Let me defend them. They've been laboring for a while.
When did he get
They've been laboring. I think they got that under the
income
administration. Yeah, so that's been a while. Yeah, that's been a while. Come on.
Boy.
That's been a while.
I've been doing this for over 10 years.
Yeah, but that's more than 10 years.
That's what I'm saying?
Much more. That they have.
So.
But it's not the point, because right now.
No, the point I'm making is that ain't just there's other things involved in that too.
Hey, we're being candid here. We're on Candid Culture.
There's other things involved. There's other things involved in that too.
We're on Candid Culture. Just share with me. I'm your brother. Share with me.
I can't approve, but obviously knowing the fact that I know a lot of people who invested their own personal money, some who got grants, but we ain't there yet. So how
it just so happened there are certain industries that you only need one break because of the pricing and the costing.
You think he's still own that company?
Well, I have no reason to suggest otherwise. Let me say it like that. I have no reason to. I know that the two of them,
Mitchell,
Latario,
right.
Mitchell, and he's gonna kill me for not remember his name on air. But yeah, the two of them.
I doubt we still own that.
I think they do.
And if they do, it's a small.
I think they
small
do.
share.
And as a matter of fact, they've expanded. It's now a subsidiary group of companies, and so they've expanded. They are shrewd businessmen. I had opportunity to meet with them and to interact with them, and I will tell you, they are shrewd businessmen. They don't wait for business to come to them. They pursue. And they've done business out of the country. They've done business they've done pavings out of the country in the Caribbean. So they've placed themselves in position to make big money.
Okay.
Like Switcher. Switcher is being exported to the United States. Hopefully those huge tariffs that are being suggested for the spiny lobster
wouldn't
affect them.
Tell you what, it seems like you have some personal relationship with them. Tell them advertise with Candid Culture Podcast.
Well, I will reach out. It's
now I gotta plug that in.
Having been around, I've met them, I've interacted with them, both companies that I mentioned, and the young man from Switcher, he's an Eleuthera boy. Yeah. Sweeting, we've been Sweeting from Where Go Ribs. That was his father.
Okay. Right.
Yeah, so I'm sure he would be happy to get involved in anything in Eleuthera, and then striping, making $160 million in Eleuthera. They shouldn't have any problem investing a few dollars in Eleuthera.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So all right, let's switch it up a bit. So I've been following this, what's been making it, I don't know if it's been recent headlines, but the 300 teachers from Ghana that's expected to come in.
Well, you're moving into a different segment. Eh?
That's still politics.
Okay, it's politics. We've.
I mean,
Mr. Producer, what are we due for a break? Are we due for a commercial? Because we need to let our sponsors get some headline.
Okay,
Surely.
So let's go to a commercial break. Give our sponsors their due, and we'll come back with the next segment.
You ready for it, producer?
We're ready.
Break. We'll be right back with more Candid Culture.
The following advertisements are banner ads, promotional images displayed during the Candid Culture Podcast livestream. Showcase your business twice per episode for just $25, or choose our 8-episode bundle for $150.
Before we go any further, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Candid Culture.
The following advertisements are banner ads, promotional images displayed during the Candid Culture Podcast livestream. Showcase your business twice per episode for just $25, or choose our 8-episode bundle for $150.
The following are 30 or 60-second commercials featured on the Candid Culture Podcast. Would you like to promote your business during our YouTube live streams? Contact Candid Media today and put your brand in front of an engaged audience.
Traveling to Eleuthera or simply looking for a relaxing weekend getaway? Executive Stay Rentals in North Palmetto Point offers the perfect stay in paradise. Enjoy a spacious king-size suite featuring hardwood floors, granite countertops, modern appliances, air conditioning, smart TVs, Starlink internet, on-site parking, and an in-unit washer and dryer. Short-term rentals are available with the option to include a rental car. Call 1-242-4703-214 today to reserve your executive stay in beautiful Eleuthera.
Eleuthera, are you ready for hassle-free, reliable, and fast shipping? Then sign up with Q and L Building and Shipping Services today and experience seamless shipping and delivery services. By registering with us, you'll enjoy quick and easy shipping from the US to Eleuthera. Simply send us a WhatsApp message with your full name and email address to get started. Have your orders shipped to our convenient US shipping address, then simply email all invoices, including shipping information, item description, and item cost to our email address, el.invoices@qlbuildship.com. Once your order has arrived in Eleuthera and has been priced, one of our representatives will contact you and arrange for easy pickup. Q and L Building and Shipping Services, your one-stop shop for freight, home goods, and more.
Welcome back to Candid Culture Podcast, where the conversations are real, the opinions are honest, and being candid is our culture.
Ready? Okay, welcome back from our commercial break. I want to give a shout out to our sponsors and say thank you for sponsoring the show today. Thank you to Mr. Campbell for reeling me in. So I was going into the next segment, which is what's making headlines.
Yes.
So we have a sponsor for that.
Yes, we do. Thank you. This segment is sponsored by Lucha Pure. They're providing refreshing reverse osmosis purified water right here in Hatchet Bay, Lucha. And so if you're in need of good, clean, purified reverse osmosis water, ice, or some pure refreshing drinks, because they make some nice soft drinks, some punch, you can call Lucha Pure at 242-335-0499, and anyone from the Cancino family or team will be happy to serve. They do deliveries, etc. And the water is good.
Yes, indeed.
And so we move into the segment, what's making headlines? You were asked earlier about the 300 teachers. What is your, I haven't read much about it, but what is your concept?
Well, first let me read a post that was made by Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. Okay, it was cut off. So, our country needs you. There's something special about coming full circle. Long before he became Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Chester Cooper stood at the front of a classroom at C.I. Gibson High School, teaching commerce and economics from 1980 to 1992. Those years helped shape his understanding of the power of education and the lasting impact a teacher can have on a young life. Today, he is extending that same opportunity to a new generation of behaviors. If you ever thought about teaching, if you have knowledge to share, or if you are looking for a career where you can truly make a difference, now is the time to answer the call. Visit the Teachers Recruitment Support Center at Mabel Walker Primary School, Tucker Road, New Providence, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then they list some numbers. Your country needs teachers. Your experience can inspire the next generation. I read that because I found that post very interesting. That the now Minister of Education, is reminding us that he too was once a teacher. But now, he was a teacher, but now he's a millionaire. He's a millionaire because he left teaching. So the reason why teachers are leaving, because they can't even make a good living. So he left and found success elsewhere. And so the teachers now are leaving because they too want to find success somewhere. So if he sat or stood in the front of a classroom, he knows firsthand how challenging it is to support yourself as a teacher on a teacher's salary. So he should be the one to ensure that teachers are compensated. The Bible said money answers all things, right? That speech ain't gonna help nobody come in. Those teachers need their salaries to be increased so that they can be better able to take care of themselves and their families. There's this in headlines about the 300 teachers coming in from Ghana. In order to bring those 300 teachers in, airfare, I would assume, accommodations, transportation, food, all of that is money. So why not take that same money that you're going to invest in foreign teachers and use that to increase the salaries of our present teachers, and maybe that would encourage other people to want to come into the profession of teaching. And not only that, you could even bring back some retired teachers. I always wonder how decisions like that get made in cabinet, because it's like, to me that decision is like a union buster, basically, to ensure that if teachers decide to strike for whatever reason for their money, the 300 teachers, they showing up. So you're before the strike, right? So my thing is, and it comes back to, it's like governments don't ever think about behaviors, like think about the struggle of behaviors and making things better for us. You know what I mean? So what's it?
Well, let me get a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah.
I would begin by saying that I think my former comrade in arms, Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper.
He was in arms too? He was a teacher and
No. In F&M arms.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
I want to say that I believe that Chester Cooper was demoted when he was moved from tourism to education.
Right.
Now, before anyone jump up, I'm not suggesting by any stretch of the imagination that education is not important. It is one of our most important ministries, insofar as it is that ministry that is responsible for ensuring that as a nation we have a future by preparing our young people to be productive members of society, to have the skills and the tools necessary to take us to higher and to higher levels. So I'm not minimizing the Ministry of Education. However, by comparison, coming from the Ministry of Tourism and Investment, next to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, you're basically the face of the nation.
Yes.
And that is why, if you look at his travel itinerary back then, he would have always been traveling either for tourism, which is the economic engine of the nation,
right.
And he had the privilege to boast of numbers,
Right.
upon numbers. And then we are always in search of foreign direct investment for job creation and other opportunities. But even more powerful than that is, from a budgetary point of view, the Minister of Tourism has the kind of access where when a budget is determined, and this is his portion or that ministry's portion, they don't have to come back to cabinet for every small item.
Right.
For the issuing of this contract. They have a wider range where they can do things and make things happen before having to come back to cabinet. So it is in that regard, I say, to go from that luxurious position to now having to be the Minister of Education. And it's interesting, it's only now that he's appointed as the Minister of Education that we even hear that he was once a teacher.
Yeah.
And so it tells you that he didn't necessarily hold that in such high regard. That isn't something that he boasted about.
Right.
And so I agree with you that salaries and remuneration for teachers is far from what it ought to be. And that, I think, accounts for the reason why we have so few men in the classroom, because men being considered the breadwinner, the head of the family, they need to make substantially enough to be able to walk in and sign for the mortgage and sign for the car and send in the banknote for university for the children, etc., etc. And those salaries just aren't there. But if you look at it by percentage, education still gets the largest single chunk of the national budget. So it's not that it isn't given the attention. I think education is one of those that suffer from us being an archipelago, where we have to replicate and duplicate so many things. I think it's 165 schools. And if you look at it, the Family Islands, for example, you have a high school in the south, a high school in the north. But if you combine the population maybe just a little over 100. Yet still, you still have to provide the general teachers and the specialty teachers. But if those schools were combined, you would have an overflow of faculty. You would have enough to send back to New Providence to fill in some of those voids. And so imagine if that happened in Long Island, in Eleuthera, in Aberco, in Andros, in Cat Island, where these schools are stretched far apart. Few students in terms of population, but still a full faculty. So that might be one of the first things that we need to look at. But the politics being what it is, if you tell the people in Eleuthera that you're going to combine the two high schools and put it in central Eleuthera, there will be an uproar. Because North Eleuthera want their own high school, South Eleuthera want their high school. But notwithstanding all of that, you're still busing the students to both schools. So nothing would change in terms of busing. What would change is combining the faculty to make sure that there is sufficient and even surplus, because your people like to talk about surplus now, even surplus that we're able to send some people, and have sufficient to send home. Now, I take your point about the potential for union busting, because you know your people have a history of union busting too. But we're not going to get into that right now. At some point, I'm going to force you to acknowledge them. Teachers though have a bargaining agent. They have a union, and from time to time you would hear when these union agreements are being signed, whoever the government is who is signing it is being praised. We want to thank the government. Teachers are happy. And so maybe there needs to be longer term agreements to satisfy the teachers. Maybe we need to reconsider the retirement age, make it optional, of course, because some people want to go at a certain age and they wouldn't be disenfranchised. But those who are still physically able and mentally willing, etc. So there is no one fix. It needs to be approached from several different points of view. But I am concerned about these 300s. And I've not yet heard from Belinda Wilson and the other presidents, because I'm being told that there are two unions for teachers. I wasn't aware of that. I thought it was just Belinda Wilson. But you know, ain't no breaks on her mouth. So once she takes a position that her people need representation because they're not satisfied, she's going to have something to say.
So, with your idea about probably centralizing the schools, right? I don't necessarily know I agree with that, simply because of I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain it without.
Tell me what portion you disagree with.
Okay, no, it's not that I disagree with it. It's not that it's a bad idea, but because of the differences with people, with the settlements, like it's hard to explain.
Differences?
Yeah, there's differences. There's different. Let me. Okay.
What is not different? Is the one curriculum of the ministry.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
So wherever they go, whatever their personal culture is, let's say in the village, whatever their personal culture is in Hatchet Bay Village, when they walk in through the gates of a Ministry of Education school, they are subject to the curriculum, the rules and the regulations of that school. If they're not, they will go to Windermere or another private school.
They do Wiggler. So if people who know, and I don't want, I really don't want.
And that is why I say to you,
but
I say to you,
the difference in culture.
The politics is such that
it could become the issue, and I think people would push back on it. Okay, let me give you another idea. How about, let's say, okay, I'll use primary schools. let's say right now you have centrally Luther, you have Gregory Town, Hatchet Bay, Governor's Harbor, and Bell Point. That's 4,
Yes.
right? So let's say you short a math teacher in Gregory Town, but you have a math teacher in Hatchet Bay. If the math teacher in Hatchet Bay teaches math in the morning in Hatchet Bay, if she's compensated for or given a stipend or given something extra, she'll be happy to write in Gregory Town to teach math to the same in the
That
afternoon.
sounds good. Save an extent. It would mean that all the students in Hatchet Bay would have to do math in the morning, and all at the other school do math in the evening.
For particular grades.
Scheduling might be an issue, but that is workable.
Yeah.
That is workable. But if you notice, when I made my suggestion about combining the schools, I didn't mention primary schools for reasons that I think primary school students.
Let's say right.
No, but being the younger ones, I would appreciate them being closer to home, being in proximity to the village or the settlement where they live. The convenience of maybe a parent or a relative being able to walk and get them. And so my approach is for the older children, the high school students. Let's combine the high schools.
Yeah.
So that is my approach.
I mean, teachers could work too with the teachers moving from between schools if they're being compensated for it.
Yeah, that's possible. I didn't knock it. That could be considered.
Yeah. Before you, sorry to cut you off, but before I forget, you mentioned that you feel that it's a demotion for Chester.
Yes.
To become. So, in your opinion, what would be the reason for demotion? Because I felt he was doing a good job as the Minister of Tourism. So, seeing that you feel it was a demotion, you must have an opinion why he was demoted.
That's more. If in fact what I feel is true, that's a more internal matter that I have.
But you have an opinion.
Yeah, I have an opinion that I'm not yet ready to share. I'll share that with you when you're ready to acknowledge your people. When you acknowledge your people, I will share because I don't want to share. I don't want to be sharing other people's business with you that don't concern you. As soon as you acknowledge that they're your people, we'll talk some more. But since they're your people, let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk about some people who I'm sure are your people.
Okay, go ahead.
I was looking forward in your intro for you to say a little bit about your own personal background, maybe your family, maybe your career, etc. But there was no mention of your career. You talk about catching ride with people to work.
Right.
Where were you going? Where were you going to work? Catching those rides. Where were you going to work?
I was going to work at an establishment.
This establishment has no name.
Yeah.
Okay, an establishment that will remain nameless at this time. But we still on headlines. And so I want to talk about an establishment that has made headlines for weeks,
right.
Both nationally and locally. And that would be PPL. And we had a scare earlier.
Right.
5 minutes into the podcast. The priest is still here trying to pray for us.
We forget to ask to pray for the power.
But thank God he was the power. He was the power from on high.
Yeah.
And I think that it was his power that kept this power on.
Right.
But tell me a little about your observation with all of these headlines that BPL has been making. What's your observation? And if you have any affiliation or inside scoop in the interest of public disclosure, you might want to state your position.
Well, one of the things that make headlines, I think that this will probably be the only one I comment on. Our union president is making headlines.
And when you say our union president, you mean BPL? You part of BPL union?
Yeah.
So you work for BPL?
Sometimes.
Wow, this is interesting. This is powerful. Powerful, ladies and gentlemen. We have BPL in the house while BPL is going on. We're going to get down to business. We're going to get down to the real scoop this evening.
From what I've seen, our union president has been taking some heat. he's been accused of excessive overtime. That's one of the things I've seen, and I find it so interesting. You know, he is asking.
Listen. I habitually let people flow, but I'm a student of chronology. I like things in order. And you starting high up on the totem pole.
Right.
We need some background information, how we get to all of this with the union man. I'm sure some other things happened that led to this.
I jog my memory.
Were there any other problems with BPL or any other problems with customers? Anything that created any dissatisfaction to even cause this row? How did we get to this row?
Well, BPL always having problems. Right? That ain't nothing new. That's.
But what problems led to this one? We've said we talked about these headlines.
What led to this thing with our union president?
Yeah, we're talking about headlines, recent headlines. Yeah, we're not talking about 1980 headlines. Not Penland headlines. We're talking about now headlines.
Right.
Yeah. So what led to this?
I don't. Okay, what I find interesting with our union president.
BPL's union president.
Yes.
Not R. There's a company name R. BPL's union president.
The BEWU, Bahamas Electrical Workers Union.
Representing the employees of BPL.
Bahamas Power Line.
You look like you can't say BPL. BPL.
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
So, what I find interesting, he's been asking us, he's been putting us on high alert.
Yes.
Because of whatever is going on with.
Now hold on now. I'm a policeman by heart. When I hear high alert, I start to, I figure something about to happen. What exactly that jargon mean in union terms? When you say high alert.
Be ready. Be ready for
what?
Be ready for action. Right?
You mean like going on strike?
I would assume so.
I got some bad news for you and the union president and all the other people.
Let me finish.
Oh my, no.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
So, I'll say this. I don't support him on that because it was just in May when I was seeing a status with him posting the Prime Minister saying my good friend,
right?
Him posting the Minister saying my good friend, him posting the CEO saying my good friend. So I trying to figure out what happened, where good friends is now. Like how is it that you getting thrown under the bus for excessive overtime?
Have you ever been driving on the street, a person driving in front of you, turn without signaling? Could it be that those persons made a turn in front of him and didn't signal?
How is that possible?
But you saying they had a good relationship just a few months ago, and all of a sudden they're saying that the relationship is sour. So we're trying to figure out what went wrong. Could it be that somebody went back on their word? Could it be that there's some change and some promise or commitment? Let me know.
Your guess is good as mine.
You're an impressive.
That's how it would
appear.
Right.
It would appear.
It would appear like something going wrong.
But sorry to interrupt. You were saying that he's taking some heat for excessive overtime. What is excessive overtime?
Excessive overtime is, okay, from what I read, they're saying that within a 96-hour period, he put in overtime for 90 hours out of 96, which means that he would have worked like days straight.
Now,
only 6 hours off.
Now, I don't know the man and I don't know your procedure, but I know about work environment, etc., etc. It is possible. And if you're listening, this is a free plug, Mr. Union President. What's his name? Mr. Wilson?
Yeah.
There's a free one in case you need to use this as justification. It is possible that some of that overtime is just being on call. And you don't have like being on call when you get paid for overtime.
No.
So overtime you have to actually be there doing something.
Yeah.
If you are a bush cutter, you have to be there cutting bush.
You have to appear on the clock. You have to
if you are a linesman, you have to be pulling line. So to get that kind of overtime or any kind of overtime, he would have had to been there, present, in the body, in the flesh. Now, you know, I don't get newspapers here and I'm back and forth and so on. I miss newspapers. So I missed the part where the persons who allow, permit, cause this overtime to happen, I missed where they're being questioned. What kind of questions are they asking them?
I missed that too. Because I know you have to, someone has to sign off on your overtime, someone has to approve your overtime, someone has to approve you to work overtime.
Either that, or it's possible that he's also going to be accused later of approving his own overtime, clocking in his own overtime, and paying himself his own overtime. Do you think that's possible? Do you think he get accused of all of those too?
It seems like he got accused of it, but it ain't possible for it to happen.
But what's the motive?
Well,
you think for all of this? Because overtime has been an issue. As a matter of fact, I read something where in January 2013, January 31st, 2013, then Executive Chairman Leslie Miller issued a statement, and I think this might have been a statement on the record in the House of Assembly, saying that he's put a stop to this overtime. $12 million overtime in 1 year. This will not happen. They will roster them, etc., etc. I'm not sure if that was right before he said, you all can sweat tonight, or right after he said, because at one point he did say, you all can sweat tonight. But, so if he put an end to that, and this all came back.
But he said he tried to put an end to it.
So he even tried.
Yeah,
that's like people who say they giving you free electricity.
At that time, we had a good union president at that time.
Right, so that's like people who say they give you free electricity and then you don't hear about it no more, but you really never got the free electricity. Right. So he only tried to fix it. He didn't actually fix it.
It held up for a while, but like I said, we had a good union president at the time. Right. So now with this.
So when he said that, this was under one of your administrations.
That was under the PLP.
Yeah, one of your administrations. Because he was executive chairman. And then this thing went down, and then it came back up again under one of your administration. Or was it the previous administration? Oh shucks, the previous administration was yours too. So under your administration, this thing keep popping up.
Under the PLP administration.
See, I don't call no name, carry no blame. I don't want to get charged for no liable.
Right.
So, but if you say PLP and use the PLP, I mean, you don't say that yet.
Right.
But whenever you get ready to say use the PLP, if you say it, they can't charge you for liable if you use one of them.
Right.
Right. So go ahead.
Well, okay. So it seems to me like some decisions Kyle made in the new union contract wasn't really in our best interest.
Okay.
And I feel that the overtime was compensation for some of the things he was doing. But I don't know what's going wrong now that to cause the fallout. And that's what I still trying to figure out.
When I was a policeman,
so I don't feel sorry for that.
when I was an active duty policeman, when I was in CID, we would have moments where those who used to be friends would start talking against each other because they had a fallout. And there was this saying that we used to say, when thieves and rogues fall out, all the businesses come out. Now don't get me wrong, I ain't calling nobody no thief, and I ain't calling nobody no rogue. I just sharing with you a saying that we used to use when I was a policeman. Listen, our time is exhausted. But we're not finished with these topics. And so I want a commitment from you to our listening audience that
we time for one more segment?
that we're gonna pick right back up, because I need to hear more of what's making headlines and what's going on with your people. You see, we spent a lot of time on my people.
On your people.
I feel that I feel that there is a lot more that needs to be said about my people and the future of my people.
You had the opportunity
because I wanted to allow fairness and balance. I didn't want to spend the whole show talking about my people and never getting to your people. However, we ain't finished with your people because we're right in the middle. So I want a commitment from you that once we return Thursday evening, if God spares life, that we can pick up right from where we left off. Because BPL, those people that are attached and being led by your people. So you have a lot of people. That's why you attached. But look at now, Mr. Host, and you make the call.
All right, I see some comments. I see 2 comments here from Aldrin Audrey. He said, the FNM also made tertiary education free for Bahamians as well, giving them the opportunity to expand their education. Education is power. He also said that Ghana sending 300 teachers to the Bahamas, but they themselves have a teacher deficit of 50K to 98K.
Now that raises an important question. If they have a shortage, and they're sending teachers to us, what is the likelihood of them sending us their best? Don't answer that. That's a point to pick up from.
Let me say this. In high school, I remember in high school, we had a teacher from Ghana. His name was Mr. Dankwa. Right? The challenge with Mr. Dankwa was there was a language barrier. We couldn't understand him, and he couldn't understand us.
So they don't speak English?
They speak English, but
not our kind of English?
They have a strong accent, right? So, and he had trouble understanding us because the students, in fact, one of my classmates got suspended for this. What they used to do, they used to stand in front of him and cuss him right out. And all he smiled and shaking his head, yes, now sit down. Because he didn't understand a word they say. So, I am concerned about the language barrier too. It's not the right term, language barrier.
Yes.
But our students understanding them and them understanding us.
And if the barrier is such, then the education that they are being expected to transfer to our students might not actually get to them in the timely fashion that we wanted to get to them. So that could be an issue. So Belinda, if you're listening, or any of your members listening, let Belinda know that we here at Candid Culture are concerned about what language barriers may or may not exist. We're concerned about the fact that we're being told that Ghana has a deficit of teachers, and if that is the case, how do we know that they're sending us their best and not ones that they're trying to get rid of? I'm not trying to cast aspersions on anybody. I respect them and their chosen profession, but these questions need to be asked, especially if we're talking about the darlings of our nation, the future of the Bahamas.
And there's another part to that. Okay. I would assume that just like the Bahamas, the majority of their teachers are probably female, right? I would assume.
Belinda, we want to know the ratio, male to female ratio. We want to know that too.
And so that being the case,
could we ask Belinda to come on the show? Could we get her via Zoom?
Yeah, man.
You initiate that for us?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Thank you.
So
we want to hear these things firsthand. What about your union leader? Could we get him?
I ain't gonna want to reach out to him.
I mean, that's your leader. If you ask me to bring my leader, Mr. Pentad, I would reach out to Mr. Pentad. That's my leader. Menace is no longer the leader of the Free National Movement. Menace is my friend.
Right.
Menace is no longer. But if you want the leader of the Free National Movement,
you can bring
Michael Pentad.
Right.
I will invite him, and I believe I'm satisfied that he will acquiesce once it fits in his schedule.
Okay, sounds good.
So, having said that,
what about you said my leader.
Having said that, I take you back to one of your leaders, the union leader.
Right.
I'm not going to ask you to bring the CEO, and then you all have some segmentations, A, B, C, D, G, A, S, E. You can need to educate me and the public on all of those different segments. But for now, one at a time.
Well, how about we bring someone in who could do that? Right? That's a
your people. I want your people. Yeah. You communicate with your people and let's do this. Okay? I'm sure our audience want this information direct from the horse's mouth.
Okay. But what I was saying about this trip being majority female, right? You know, our men.
If it is so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Our men be like strangers.
You know, you have to say it's alleged.
Yeah, it's alleged. We like strangers. So, and we spoil strangers. So, that 300 could get cut down pretty quick. Because once a baby man fall in love with them, he can take them up. Why
do you have to go there?
So,
But it didn't happen with the Cuban teachers and the Cuban doctors. We were able to send them all back.
you want to send them back?
Yeah, we were able to.
They must have made it. If they going back, trust me, they had to be made.
So what you trying to say? Ain't nobody here like males? Our females don't like males? Or we don't have some unsightly, some blurry
and a Cuban too?
people that we have people in the Bahamas that like males. So I don't want you to suggest.
Right.
I don't want you to suggest that because they may have been males, they don't like them.
Right. Okay. But here's what I am suggesting though. If they was females, boy, they wasn't getting back. I can tell you that. They ain't nothing coming to Lucha.
Rodney Monkey used to say, you ain't see. The next priest that comes, I'm going to ask him to bring some holy water. We can have splashing of water and maybe a little bit of oil.
Yeah, Earl. You got out the Earl. So we reached. He said we'd do it for 2 hours, and we reached that 2 hours.
It's 9:01.
With this, I don't see any more comments. I see some laugh. What is this? Some laughing emojis. A lot of congratulations. So, okay, we reached the end. So, Mr. Producer, you put me up. Got me?
You do the closing, let me do a 1 minute and you do.
Okay.
And so
go on camera.
yes, I want to thank everyone who worked in preparation for this day. Mr. Producer, Mr. Engineer, Mr. Moore, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for kidnapping me. That complaint is still at the police. I'll see how that goes. But I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak to the Bahamian people and anybody else who was within the sound of our voice. It was good, candid conversation and discussion. I look forward to it. I want to thank Aldridge for that point about tertiary education from the Free National Movement. Aldridge, you can rest assured that as time goes on, I will share the rich history of the Free National Movement. Be not afraid. I got this, Aldridge. I got this. Mr. Host.
Yes, so, again, I want to thank you too, Mr. Coles, Mr. Campbell, my producer, and Father John in his absence. Also, I want to thank our sponsors.
Yes.
Really want to, let me, I don't want to leave anybody out, so let me just look at my list of sponsors very quick.
Q&L.
So we had, of course, Candid Media, Oasis of Flavor, Q&L, Building and Shipping Services, Romel's Carpentry Cabinets and Art Jobs, Sushi Time, Sushi Time, so we also had Lucha Pure. And Island Link. We did Island Link?
No.
Oh, we didn't make it?
We didn't make it Island Link.
So, okay, so give the Island Link.
Ladies and gentlemen, Island Link is one of our sponsors. Island Link leaves New Providence on Fridays at 1 p.m. and they leave on Sundays at 8 a.m., arriving in Hatchet Bay, Luthra, approximately 4.5 hours later. And they would leave Hatchet Bay on those respective days as soon as they would have offloaded and loaded. They've been a staple in terms of transportation for our people here in Hatchet Bay, and they can be reached at 242-477-6162. As we go on, we're going to create a contact list so that we can share the schedule with individuals who's prepared to give us emails or whatever platform they have. But I foresee a good relationship between the Island Link and Candid Culture
Podcast. Yes. So again, thanks to the sponsors, and for anyone watching who may be interested in sponsoring, and we have packages available. You can give us a call at 470-5824 or send us a WhatsApp, and one of our team members will be happy to send you the list of our packages that we offer for Candid Media Podcast. And we do host reads, segment sponsors, commercials, 30-second, 60-second commercials, and the flyer with the flyer.
The flyers on the screen.
Right.
Yes, yes.
I can't remember the exact name for it, but you all know what I mean.
And as we move on, we're going to have a website where your ads will be available continuously, and we're going to put your ads on all of our platforms.
Right.
So advertising with the podcast would give you an opportunity to be on all of our other platforms.
Yes, definitely, for sure. So that's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. So yes. So did we forget anybody?
No.
Oh, so as we wrap up, the conversation actually will continue
Yes.
at Halftime Sports Bar, located right here in Hatchet Bay, just outside Hatchet Bay. Was known as, to some, as White Town. Just right beside
Next to the washouts.
the washouts.
Yes.
Right? So the conversation, you can meet us there, and if there's something interesting that you want to add to the conversation or ask, or even Mr. Campbell will be quite happy to take pictures and sign autographs. And free shots on Mr. Moore, right, Mr. Moore? So join us at halftime to continue the conversation, and until next week, until Thursday, next
7
episode
p.m.
at 7 p.m. sharp, you can subscribe to the channel, share the link, like, comment, reach out to advertise with us, and we would be happy to take your brand and your business to our audience.
Leave questions that you want answered. Leave topics that you want discussed. And if you are interested in being a guest on our show, let us know about that.
Definitely. Mr. Producer, you have the credits ready? You guys ready? All right. Go back to Mr. Campbell.
Yes, like I said, we have an interesting open door, candid policy where we want to hear from you as much as you're hearing from us. We want to make sure that our conversations are conversations that interest you. So we ask you to send us topics, send suggestions, send questions. If there's a matter that you want us to investigate, we are going to ask Belinda Wilson to come on our show. We are going to ask the BPL union president to come on our show. We're going to ask persons from the BPL executive team to come on our show. We're going to ask other people who are leaders of Mr. Candid in that other place to come on our show. And of course, we're going to ask my leader, Michael Pintard, and his team and persons here on the ground.
Yeah.
We also want to do a lot with the local happenings.
Yeah.
And so we invite persons to come and assist us in that regard.
Yes, and so definitely we want our local people to know that this platform is for you too, especially you. You know, if anything you're doing, you want to come on and talk about, you have an event coming up, you have a book release, you have an album release, you have a special, whatever, we would feel free to give us a call and come on to talk about. Even if you're a church leader, you have a church event coming up, a revival or conference, you name it, give us a call and you can come on and share whatever it is that you have going on. With that being said, we've reached the end, and like I said, you can meet us at Halftime Sports Bar. All right, until next time, keep it candid, keep it frank,
Keep it real.
oh yeah, Candid Culture Podcast.
Culture Podcast. Host and executive producer James Isaacs, aka Mr. Candid. Co-host Frankie Campbell. Technical director / live video switcher Wayne Moore. Produced by Candid Media. Video production and editing Candid Media. Countdown music Elutra Girls by Don Cruz. Used with permission. All rights belong to the respective copyright owner. Special thanks, our guests, sponsors, and viewers. Like, comment, share, subscribe. The episode may be over, but the conversation continues. Tell us what you think in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Candid Media. Until next time, keep it real, keep it respectful, and always keep it candid, because being candid is our culture.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and comment and share and subscribe. Being Candid